Hello and welcome to Social Media for Programs. In this short video, you will learn how to make your program successful on all platforms of social media and learn a few tips and a few tricks along the way. My name is Jennifer Wienke, and there I am in my old office. It's very messy. I am the After School Program Development Specialist in Fairbanks, Alaska, part of the 21st Century CCLC program for the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District. I was an after school program coordinator for 10 years, and I worked in after school programs teaching theater for 2 years prior to that. I've worked with middle school students and elementary school students, and now I am at our district office and I'm working in supporting programs. I also, for the past few years, have been running the social media for our after school programs, and that's what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today. So, the top social media platforms to talk to and connect with families are Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then all the other things, YouTube and Twitter, and all the other fun things that come about and are brand new. The most important thing to keep in mind with each of these is to have consistency across the board for all of your programs. Why would you choose to use social media for advertising a program? Well, first of all, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Apps are readily available, the programs are readily available, and for most people, they're very simple to use, even if you don't have any experience with social media personally. They're trending and they're current. Most people know about them. Most people know the logos when you have them and advertise with them. You can reach a very wide audience very quickly. So you can reach 500 students that are across all your programs, or just as little as, 20 or 30 students and families. You can use some monetary funds to pay for low cost ads. So if you did have the money and you wanted to be able to advertise, for my personal business, I do a lot of advertising. It's more cost effective and so much cheaper than any other type of ads that you might find. And they get such great results. You can also support and include other programs from afar. So we just had a coordinator come from another area and got to visit and see our programs here in Fairbanks. And it was a lot of fun. We got to put a picture of her and at a school site visit and also with other coordinators in our area here. And we got to share that on social media and kind of tag her in it. And it's kind of fun. You can see what other programs are doing. And so we enjoy that piece of it. Branding, I mentioned this before, across all the platforms is so important and to keep it consistent. So having your logos on your social media, have all of them match. Have one person or just one or two people who get together as a committee and do all of the social media together. So you wouldn't want to have different logos for different platforms. If your logo is one thing on Facebook, you want to have the same on Instagram, you want to have the same on TikTok, you want to have the same on YouTube, have everything the same. You want to keep your colors and all of your branding very program specific. So if it's posted on Facebook, it's going to be posted on Instagram the same way and keeping kind of the same theme. So important. It helps people recognize your brand, just like with a business. Facebook is the thing that we use most commonly. And if you're not familiar with Facebook, most people do Facebook. It's great because you can have stories, just really quick little snippets, and then the reels, the little videos. You can also, of course, post photos and daily posts. It also cross posts to Instagram. So if you create one account with your Facebook account, you can then cross post into Instagram and you're only making one post a day and it's sharing it back and forth wherever you put it, which is great for the branding and the consistency. I also personally like Facebook for things like going back and finding a photo that I know that I have and I can't seem to find. I also like to be able to go back and say, when did that happen? And we can scroll through and find a date. So all this serves as a little calendar, which makes that pretty fun too. It just super easy, user friendly. Most parents are familiar with Facebook. Kids don't find Facebook as popular, but most parents and families use Facebook and use it to find events. So by posting your event on Facebook and doing an event post on Facebook really gets it out there. It can be shared. You can have other coordinators share it, other people in your program share it, other parents will share it. And then that's how you get that attendance and all of the promotion that you're looking for. Instagram, again, is fun. Most younger people have Instagram. I have a teenager. She likes Instagram. Um, but I like Instagram too. I like it to look at all sorts of things. And in this case, we have the same ideas. We have stories, reels, and posts, just like Facebook. But it's a lot more fun to add cute little things to it. If you're celebrating something for lights on, you can put in a picture of your celebration and add, little flashing light bulbs that go all around it. Just makes it fun. But again, that branding is the same as Facebook because it cross posts to Facebook. One thing that is so important to keep continuity and to keep that interest in your page is you need to post often and you need to post consistently to keep the attention. So if it continues every day, you have a post every single day or 3 or 4 times a week, people are going to go back and they're going to see those posts. They're going to see that moving. If you only post now and then, a little bit harder to keep and get attention on those pages. So by having one person assigned in doing those posts, it makes things just a little bit simpler. Plus, you can pre-schedule posts, and you can do this through on Facebook a program called Business Suite, or you can just pre-schedule them through the actual app or on your computer yourself. But it's nice to be able to have those scheduled posts. So why use social media? We talked about all the things like it being free and good promotion, but we also know there's a lot of negative aspects in social media, and people have very strong opinions about the negative aspects of social media, but there are positives. You can showcase things and show your programs, and you can show things that your programs are doing that can be inspirational to other people. You can share resources. We have a local church in our area that does free food for families, and they do it every Friday. So when we see them share their post, we share ours out so that families who have liked our page will see that and know where they can go to get some resources. When we have a family night or an event at a specific school, we share that. Maybe, giving a child a paper copy at school tends to get lost by the wayside, or maybe it wasn't communicated that week because a teacher was out. So by being able to post it on any type of social media, a family might be able to see something that's beneficial to them. And so that is an important piece. Even though we know all of the negative things about social media, there also are a lot of things. The virtual communities that social media provides can help, especially teenagers, feel accepted and connected. They spread their social awareness and be part of the conversation and have a voice. They are also feeling that they can find other people that are like-minded as them. Maybe they live in an area where they feel that they don't fit in with their peers. In this case, they can find those people outside. And again, safety first, of course, but it is an outlet for kids to find like-minded people. It provides a platform to showcase technology and their creativity, kind of a digital art. When you look at a lot of Instagram posts, I know my child is pretty great at making me kind of cool posts when I need some help, and she can do all sorts of cool things on there because she has time and the patience to do it. It also helps younger people feel a sense of empowerment, showing older relatives how to use the technology, which is super fun. And kids pick things up so naturally. So that's also a positive. And then social media can be used to combat bullying and body shaming and help students find acceptance. Again, talking back to that like-minded peers situation. We know that there are negatives with that as well. But again, they can also find, a group of people that they can relate with. The best practices for social media for programs is to have that consistent brand, have all your icons match, have a good color scheme, have everything very clean, have the same person work on those things so that it always looks the same. And find someone who has an eye for that kind of digital art. Showcase upcoming events. So you have things coming up in programs that are so important, a lights on event, a family night, anything like that. That's what you're showcasing. That's what you're putting on your social media. You're showcasing any community resources. When our school district started to have free lunches for everyone, we made sure that it was well known that school lunches now were free, and that you could pick up during the quarantine time and during the start of COVID, where you could go to get those resources. And we shared them often, and we shared them across all platforms. A lot of times when I am not sure what I'm going to post on a day, I share a positive message, just something that I created on Canva that I use a template. And Canva, this is a good time to talk about Canva, is a great resource because it has actual templates ready for Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, those things. And you can go ahead and put your information into almost a pre-made template, which makes it super easy to then download and then to share or to post. And so sometimes I will just take just a cool background and I'll just put a positive message. I'll find a great quote that kind of speaks to what's going on, for the day. Also reposting school-wide messages and area alerts. So things like meetings that are coming up, things, school, there's no school on a certain day, parent-teacher conferences, things that are probably shared on a school site, but there's no harm in them getting double, triple, quadruple messages. And then featuring staff and students doing what they love. I always try to have pictures of kids doing great STEM activities, having fun outside playing, recess kiddos, staff and kids doing good work, having staff supporting each other. So group pictures of staff. We just recently had a great picture of our director and one of our coordinators with Molly of Denali, and that was fun to have. That picture was the giant Molly, and Molly had on a giant mask. It was super cute. And so we had that as one of our shared pictures, which was great. That was in the last few weeks. Always making sure that everyone is approved to be put online. Of course, not everyone is. So always double check and make sure that those safety measures are in place. We have gotten very creative taking pictures of students with, a big group of kids working on a project, everyone's heads down working on the project and nobody is viewed in those pictures. And making sure that maybe if we're not sure, having pictures of kids' hands doing work, having them drawing and having a picture of their art with just their hand. So there's always loopholes around that to make sure you can have some great footage for your social media. Being accessible for all families is very, very important. Anytime you can write a caption, write a caption. Also, this chart I found super helpful as you design posts and you are working on just different graphics and things. The top line across is your background, and then the writing is down the side where it's kind of slightly cut off on the left. But it gives you a great idea to see what things go together. And I thought I knew these things in my mind until I really looked at this chart and I thought, oh, things that I would sometimes do maybe aren't the best choice. So you want to be accessible for all families. And of course, if people are colorblind, a lot of times having trouble with the different shades of color. So this is always a great idea to use. And not all devices are created equal. So make sure that whatever you are posting looks great on a computer, a tablet, a phone. Make sure that it is easy for everyone to see. Sometimes if you have something that's just too involved, you can't click on it with your phone, with your smartphone, and vice versa. So really take into account who's going to be looking at this and where are you posting it. Most people look at things on social media on their phone or on an iPad. And some other platforms to check out. TikTok is one of the ones that is newer to me. I just started playing around with TikTok. Very popular, obviously. Something to kind of dive into. For some reason, when I first thought about TikTok, I thought it always just had to be videos. And as I started working with it, I found a really cool way that I like to use it is by just taking still pictures and putting, an interesting song with it. And you can filter through the still pictures as well, because I don't always have a video for what it is that I want to showcase. YouTube, of course, most people know about YouTube. Very, very popular. It is during when we all started, working from home, and some of us are still working from home. I started a reading channel for my YouTube. And so YouTube is a great way to record content. And then maybe you have a sub use it. It can be completely private. The only person with the link can access it. So you could record something, an activity for kids to watch. So slightly different view of social media there, but definitely a usable tool and a way to incorporate into after school program or any classroom. And then of course, Twitter, which is to get out very small blanket statements of information. And I don't run a Twitter program right now, but maybe in the future I will start. And sometimes I enjoy this picture so much. This was in the month of June. It was Pride Month, and I just loved that these two boys are just met each other in summer program that I was running, and they just were so happy having fun with each other. At this time, masks were not required at our site for the month of June, and so I love that one student is masked, the other student is unmasked, which was pretty much straight across the board. And he's drawing the rainbow, and these two guys were first graders and they were just best friends, and it was just so cute. And so it was a perfect picture to just sum up that day of program. And sometimes you just need to show a picture, and I use this one as my screensaver a lot because it just makes me happy when I see these two little guys, and just getting to work with them, it just always brings me joy. If you have any questions or you'd like some more resources, you can go ahead and shoot me an email at jennifer.winke@k12northstar.org, or you can look us up on Facebook at 21st Century After School Programs dash Fairbanks North Fairbanks School District, and or on Instagram at After School Program Fairbanks. Instagram is my favorite one for school and kids programs. So for this, but again, all the information can be found there, and you can check out some of our branding and things. And again, any questions, or you would like a copy of anything of that slide that has the colors, you can go ahead and shoot me an email, and I would love to help you out. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.